everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. My name is Sammy, and if you are new to my channel, hello, welcome. If I'm out of breath, it's because I'm pregnant. Sorry about that. We do wood signs, DIYs, and there's always tons of laughter to be had. So if you think that's something you'd be into, then stick around for these traditional Valentine's Day DIYs.
For this first DIY, we're gonna use, what are these, souffle dishes? I don't know, they're from Dollar General, and it was $4 for the pack of 4, and I was like, I would pay $1 at Dollar Tree individually, so why not? These hearts are also from Dollar General. They were garlands, like 3 different garlands, and then they got all knotted up in a box. So we are gonna use a red, the stripe, and then like a burlap color one. We're gonna do 3 of these total. So we're gonna get our dishes. I'm gonna get some floral foam. Y'all know I don't like gluing if I don't have to glue. So I just made that floral foam big enough where I can squeeze it in there and not have to glue it because it had a tight hold. So I'm gonna put some Spanish moss on top of that to hide it. You could also use that, like, you know, the bag filler from Dollar Tree if you want it colorful. Then I'm gonna take some wood beads and alternate sizes. Now, all of these hearts are gonna be different lengths. So I'm keeping the skewer. This is a Dollar Tree skewer, by the way. They're nice and skinny and fit on the beads. I am gonna keep them full length to start off. I get my hot glue, glue our little stuffed hearts on the skewer, and then I'm gonna get my dog nail clippers. You could actually get dog nail clippers from Dollar Tree, and they're awesome for cutting skewers and just little pieces. So I'm gonna cut that off the top. I should really work on my camera angles, you know, but you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, so I'm gonna do one more since that was kind of hard. So I'm gonna put the skewer in. You could put the Spanish moss in first too, it doesn't matter. And again, I didn't hot glue the skewer in only because I knew I wanted to like reuse all of this. So I'm gonna do the Spanish moss. And I did see this on like something similar to this on Pinterest. However, it was like a shared post of the original post. So I don't know who to give credit to, so sorry. But so this one we're going to make a little longer. We're going to put some hot glue on the back of our heart. You can also use like the wood cutout hearts from Dollar Tree. That's another great option. There's a lot of different things you could put on here, like for spring. Hot glue some bunnies on here or something, you know, so tons of options that you can do with these if Valentine's Day is not your jam. So again, I'm gonna cut the top of the skewer off once I know it's the length that I want it. Easy peasy, right, you guys? So we're gonna go and do a third one. Not sure if I show you that or not, in case you didn't get it the first time. Yeah, I decided to show you this instead of being like great at editing and cutting it out. So you guys are welcome. But you guys, these are gonna be so easy. All of these crafts are gonna be easy to do. And this is how they turned out. I think I'm gonna put these in my kitchen. Everything else in the family area is like that shabby chic kind of decor, so it'd be nice to change it up in the kitchen and do these traditional colors. But I love the simplicity of them, and like I said, no hot glue, so I could change these up after Valentine's Day.
So that was the first traditional Valentine's Day DIY. I know there are some of you that love traditional red, white, pink. So I definitely wanted to bring that to you. I know not all of the ideas are like super duper, oh my gosh, original, but I tried my best, okay? And I think they came out cute. They were quick and easy to make, which I think is great, especially for this time, you know, Valentine's Day is kind of like right around the corner. So if you wanted some fast DIYs to kind of whip up this weekend, here you go. You're welcome, sis. And you guys, you know the drill. If you're digging me, if you're digging the DIYs, if you're digging Baby M, then make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Yeah, I used the baby card. I did. But you guys, go down in my description box. I have a link to TikTok, I think Pinterest. And then we also have a Facebook group, and then I have Instagram where I share more about like my personal life and stuff. So make sure you check those links down in the description box. And you guys, if you visit my Amazon store link, will you please make sure to hit the follow button, because it actually really helps my account out. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get back into the 5 remaining DIYs.
This is our only piece in the video that's like a thrift flip. Look, from 1986. That was the year I was born. But I got this from a garage sale I don't know how long ago, and I saw it sitting on the shelf, and I was like, okay, you just need to use this. Like, if you don't use this, you need to like send it to Savers. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this off. I am taking Crimson Red by Waverly. It's the only way I could think of to like, there's dots on the other side that I can really cover it without painting it like black or something. So I'm gonna just do one coat on the back, because I like seeing like the 86 pop through. I think it adds character to the piece, so I don't mind seeing it. Then I'm gonna do 2 coats on the opposite side of this as well. You guys, please leave me a comment. Like, if I see it over and over again, maybe I'll actually do it. Throw this bottle of Crimson away. Go buy yourself a new one, okay? I keep using it, and I've told you guys many times, there's something up with it. Either it was a bad batch or I've had it too long. I don't know, but it's chunky. It pills up. You guys just see what I'm saying? Look at that. It's weird. Okay, remind me down in comments. So I am taking my Scotch 233 Plus automotive tape. Ain't that a mouthful? So you could use any painter's tape. However, if you are somebody that works with wood and you paint designs a lot, like my wood rounds, wood signs, I swear by this. It is way more expensive than regular painter's tape. However, I have never had a bleed under this stuff. I always get beautiful crisp lines, so I highly recommend it. It is in my Amazon store link down below. So we got that. We striped it out. As you saw, I had that little piece that I put in between each little stripe, so I knew how far apart to do it. Now I'm taking plaster, and I'm taking a chip brush, and I am just going to paint white stripes all over this. I do kind of just like a messy, like on the side in between the paint, and I'm just going to fill this up. Now I am going to hit it with my heat gun. Most of you that watch those wood round videos know I always say don't apply heat to chalk paint because it will crack. Well, I wanted it to crack. So as I'm drying it, I'm going to get my heat gun and I'm gonna put it super close to that chalk paint. And then I'm gonna see cracks come through, and I love it. Do you see those crisp lines? Yes, ma'am. I love it. I like it. I love it. Okay, we don't want to get copyrighted. Let's not sing that song. Okay, so after I'm done, this is easy peasy Dollar General truck for $1. Okay, I was trying to get all technical and be like, I want this super straight and even. So yeah, we threw that ruler to the side, and I was like, I'm eyeballing it. I'm going decaf, you know, I'm just going for it. So I'm going to take my STARBOND thick adhesive, put that on the back of the truck. Now you guys, if you do have the STARBOND and you spray that accelerator on, once the glue and the accelerator touch, you ain't moving it. Like, it's not going anywhere. So be 110% sure. All right, so then just to add a little bit of another touch, we're gonna put twine around the peg. I think it just added, I like simplicity, but at the same time, I like it to look like I spent a little bit more time on it. Is that weird? I don't know. You guys know, I told you in the last video, I keep adding and adding now. All right, so we're gonna glue that off, and that is done. So this is so cute. I was thinking maybe in the kitchen I could hang like either kitchen utensils from it, an antique pan that I've found at like the thrift store. I'm not quite sure yet. Let me know what you would do with it. All right, for this one, you guys, we all know what these are. These are the little things from Dollar Tree. And you guys, like life, I am winging it full time. While crafting, I sit down and I have no idea what I'm doing. I start with a piece like this, and then it totally goes a different way. So you'll see in a minute. So this is Seashell Pink by Folk Art. It is an acrylic matte paint. And you guys, you know I use my chalk paint most of the time, but I was quite shook by this color. One, the coverage was amazing. Two, it really dried down a beautiful matte, almost like a chalk paint, and I was thoroughly impressed. So I'm going to paint this the seashell pink. Then I'm going to grab, these are floor samples from Home Depot. They're absolutely free. Go pick yourself up some. Don't be greedy though, okay? And you will see right here, it's a floor sample. So it's a vinyl floor sample. It has the wood grain texture on it. I'm going to paint the front and the sides with the pink. I'm going to go ahead and let it dry. And then we're going to take our STARBOND again and we are going to attach it to the front. Now, these could have been double-sided, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead when I made them, you know? So, I mean, I still could, I guess. So I'm going to attach this to the front. Okay. And I wanted to cover the letters. And then that way the back was nice and smooth. So again, I'm taking the second one and I'm going to paint this in plaster. I wish I had 3. You guys know I like buying things in sets of 3s when I go to Dollar Tree, but I guess I must have used one of these for something. So again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take another one of those floor samples. We're going to paint it with plaster. Then I'm going to take the rough sanding block from Dollar Tree and I'm going to scuff this up. And you guys, because of that, like the grain texture, this gave me the most beautiful distressed look ever. So we're going to hot glue that on. You guys know how to do that. Then I'm going to take this twine. It's like a red and a tan kind of color. And I'm going to twist that up. I was like, how do I get the overlapping on just one side so I could cover that with the heart? It took me a hot minute, okay? But we figured it out. So I'm going to wrap that around and then we're going to tack it off on the back with hot glue. See, I feel like this could have been double-sided and I could have made that look nicer and then made the back like St. Patrick's Day or something. So I'm going to take these hearts from Dollar Tree. I'm going to go over the red because they were a little too bright for my liking compared to the twine. And then I'm going to hit them with some antique wax around the edges. I think it just helps it, you know, pop a little bit. And I'm going to apply one of them to the, see like where it overlaps each other. I'm going to cover that up. Then I'm going to take our rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree. Now, I know a lot of you guys say that you can't find transfers. There's options. You could use your own penmanship. You can use the Mod Podge transfer. You can do the pencil transfer where you like scribble on the back of a printout and then trace it. So there's other options. And Dollar Tree has tons of the letter stencils. So that's another option. But I chose to go with the transfers because I did have them and I was trying not to use vinyl because let's face it, I was just being lazy. And I'm going to rub these on here and we're going to come out with XOXO. For the plaster color one, I am going to put the red heart and I'm going to overlap that heart with a raw wood piece as well. I just wanted to make them look like a little different from each other. And then I'm going to go back into the transfers and we are going to put hugs on here. And you guys, you could put anything. You could put kisses. What are some other words? Drop some other words down below. That's as far as I got. And then I'm like, what else would you put on there? You could put names. That could be cute. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of these on here. Man, I always think I do such a great job editing. And then I like go to do my voiceovers and I'm like, girl, they did not need to see all this. All right, so this is how they came out. These are also going to go in my kitchen. I wish I had like a coffee nook or something, you know, but this, I'll find a place for them. I think they're super cute. Look at that distressing on here. Oh, I love these. Who's going to go pick up free floor samples from Home Depot now? All right, for this one, I am taking this sign from Dollar Tree. Now, you guys, it took me so long to get the back off of this, and then I realized they had nailed it down with little baby tiny nails. And I was like, well, there was our problem. So I'm going to clean this off. Now, I had no scrapbook paper at all that was like traditional colors. So what I did was I took this velvet scrapbook paper. It wasn't obviously the color I wanted. So I am going to paint it with that seashell pink color. Sorry, you guys, I'm out of breath. I had to crawl up the stairs. Basically, that's what you were doing. So after we get these completely covered, this completely covered, I just take my heat gun and dry it on up. Is it the perfect pink color like to go with this? No, but you know what? It worked. We made it work, and that's what crafting's all about. So I'm going to take a good coat of Mod Podge because this is a thicker scrapbook paper. I'm going to roll. Oh, help me, Tom Cruise. I am going to brush that on. Then my nifty Mod Podge scraper thing. And, y'all, excuse me. Then I am going to pop it back into the frame. Had to hot glue it just a little bit. What are we doing next? Okay, taking the metal heart from Dollar Tree. Now, all these burlap roses are from Dollar Tree. Yeah, girl thought she had enough to fill the entire thing. So at first, I start going in. You do have to cut the bottoms off of these only because they were taller than the actual metal heart. So I didn't want them like popping out too much. So that took some work. Your hands might hurt a little bit. But I start gluing them in. And at first I'm like, okay, I'm just going to put them randomly in there. And then I start looking at my flowers and I'm like, ooh, are you going to have enough? And this is where I say, like, you just make it work. Like, you figure it out along the way. If it doesn't go as planned, you'll figure out some other way to make it look gorgeous and work for you. So then I start just alternating colors all the way around the rim. Then this is right here. I'm like, this isn't going to work. I had already hot glued that guy. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put heat on the back. It popped right off for me. I ended up getting Spanish moss and just stuffing it in the middle of it. Again, this is for me, so I didn't hot glue the Spanish moss. If I were to put this in my booth, of course, I would attach it. But so I did it that way, and I think it looks just as good. You can even filling the middle with pearls would have been pretty too. So then I drill a hole at the top. This already had twine attached to it, so I just pulled it through, knotted it up, and here we go. Let me know what you guys think about that, or what you would have done maybe to like the back, like instead of the scrapbook paper being that. I don't know. I mean, we made it work, did we not? Okay, this next one is easy peasy. You've seen it a million times, but I'm going to show you because I have a free principle, or at least I'm trying to. So these are from Dollar Tree. They're the farmhouse like frames that I'm obsessed with. And I created this image on Canva. I'm just taking my glass, tracing it out. I made it a little too big. I am going to attempt to link this down in the description box. Every time I try doing like free principles, people always say they can't use them. So we are going to try, okay? So this is going to go by my coffee machine. And then I'm going to take these bags. You guys, these bags don't have glitter. Yes, you heard me right. No glitter. I mean, that's unheard of from Dollar Tree. So I am just going to trace the front of the bags. Well, like for this one, I wanted the heart to be pretty even. So I'm just going to trace it out, cut it out, pop it back in the frame. And you guys, if you're enjoying my content, will you please take a minute and make sure to press the subscribe button and turn those bells on for notifications? Thank you. All right, and then I'm just going to do the same thing with the third one. I feel like this will be nice staggered, or if you wanted to put them in different areas, like let's say a bookshelf, like you put one on the top, one in the middle, one on, you know what I'm saying? Then it kind of just like all ties in together. So I thought these were cute. They were classic. The whole frames go with my kitchen. So I'm really excited to add these in there. All right, our last one. we're taking 2 tags from Dollar Tree. We are taking plaster. We are going to cover both of these babies up with plaster. I just said that. Ooh, you guys. Send help. Maternity brain is like, it's there. Okay. So I'm only going to do one coat on each tag. And then we are going to, or actually I was going to say that all the tags are different sizes at Dollar Tree. So keep that in mind. These are the 4th of July ones, which are a bit wider. The Easter ones are skinnier and have the scallop tops. And then the Valentine's Day ones from last year are huge. So this is a Dollar Tree stencil. See, you never know. That's why I just buy stuff, because I just never know when I'm going to use it. And I am just going to tape that on so it doesn't move around. Take my crimson, some a stencil brush from Dollar Tree, and I am going to start stenciling this entire tack, just one of them. Now, I hit it with a little bit of heat. That way, as I peel it up, the paint that's on the actual stencil isn't wet. So when I go to lay it back down, I don't have to worry about like smearing it with my finger or any of it coming on the bottom. So that's what I did, and it ended up working out. I had no problems with the paint getting anywhere else. I do cover the entire thing, like I said. I didn't know where exactly I was going with this. Half of it ends up being covered, but it is what it is. All right. So now I'm taking this truck from Dollar General. I actually painted this last year, and I'm repurposing the other side of it. So I'm taking that seashell pink, and we are going to, I'm going to cover the whole truck with it. I figured, you know what, this color is light enough that I can go over it with other colors when I decide where I want to take this. So I just went with it. I'm going to do the big heart in the pink color. You guys, this pink is so beautiful. You have to pick it up. Folk art, well, they sell folk art at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, most craft stores, I'm sure. All right. So now I'm going to take the back of my paintbrush. I'm going to put some little polka dots on the big heart here. Then, ladies, don't throw away those old makeup brushes you don't like anymore, especially the synthetic ones. These are makeup brushes that I'm using, and I love them because they are a little thicker than a paintbrush. So when you go to like line things, like how I made that heart, the bristles don't fan out. So like with this one, this is an angled synthetic makeup brush, and I am going to, for this middle one, trace out my heart, and I have to make my own loops on the right and the left side. And because the bristles are thicker and angled, it came out perfect. So you guys, let's just throw away all of our paintbrushes and replace them with all makeup brushes, okay? Multi-purpose. Mama's always trying to save some money. All right. So once we get that painted, I'm going to hit the tires with some steel gray. I'm just doing like a messy brush on them. I don't know what it is about trucks, but I feel like I can never like accessorize them or turn them into anything like extraordinary. But I think I did an okay job on this one. All right, so for the rack, we're gonna go ahead and take that antique wax, and you can see like I did the whole thing pink, but like it's covering pretty well. Then I'm gonna take this transfer. It looks like antique like packages wrapped with like a little heart. I'll show you at the end, it's cute. All right, now we're gonna attach our 2 tags together. You guys, the way I do this is just, do you see this? I'm like taking my ruler, laying it down, then I'm gonna take a piece of paper, and this is so I know where to place my hot glue and where to lay down the top tag. I'm a mess, I tell you. So here we go. You can see we covered most of that heart, but it is what it is. Okay, now I'm taking some twine. We need a little hanger. Now we're going to glue our truck on. Easy peasy, Dollar General squeezy. And see, that was, I repurposed it. Yeah, good thing we did. That wasn't cute. Okay, and then I'm going to take a couple of those hearts that are over to the side. I'm going to paint them pink and then one red. And I'm going to put them on top of the truck. I felt like up there needed something, but I didn't want words on it. I don't know why, but I didn't. You guys, you're going to hate me, but I don't know how to explain what I'm doing here. I like do one loop, then I do a second loop bigger. And then this is called the lazy unicorn bow because I don't do any cutting. I literally do one loop, a bigger loop, and then I loop the ribbon around the middle. So literally I'm not cutting anything except the excess off. And then you have yourself a bow out of one piece of ribbon. I'm sure this is called something else, but we're going to call it the lazy unicorn bow. All right, then I'm going to cut a second, I'm going to cut a second piece. We're going to fold those together, cut some dovetails. Now, for whatever reason, I wasn't liking how messy the middle of my bow looked from when I wrapped it. So I end up cutting another piece of the burlap ribbon off. This is wired ribbon. I think this is from Burlap fabric. It has like sparkly red pieces in it. And then I wrap the dovetails in with this new middle piece. And I don't know, it just looked neater and cleaner. And yeah, I liked it. All right, so this is going to go on my front door. I love it. I can't wait for you to see the little like transfer because it's absolutely adorable. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here with me this Saturday. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend with your family and your friends. I appreciate you all being here with me. And if you haven't already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit the bell so you're notified every time I post, which is usually every Tuesday and Saturday. Have a good one, you guys. Bye.
Had to start this over. The lighting. Woo! Look like I got into like 10 bottles of sunless suntan lotion. What is that stuff called? Sunless tanner. Look how I look. Dang nose every time. And then you try not to ruin your makeup. What I was gonna say was, that's how I look before I start my photo shoots. Because it's freezing in this basement. My dungeon. I call my craft room my dungeon because I have 2 windows that lead to metal. And then one that the previous owners put like a cloudy, frosty thing on, so you can't even see outside. This is my dungeon. Check out my shirt from Savers. What's up? Look at that. Hey you. Baby, boom. Yeah. Maternity stuff is not cute. So I just shop in like a size up from what I would usually wear and make sure it's long enough since I'm a tall lady. Okay.